Sora, the AI that made the entire internet pause, and then suddenly almost disappeared from public access. Now, here's the strange part. People are still searching for it, and videos about it are just getting millions of views. And yet, most people still don't fully understand what Sora actually is and why it never truly released to them. So, in this video, I'm going to break this down very clearly what Sora really is, what makes it fundamentally different from other AI tools, and why it created so much of fear and excitement at the same time. And most importantly, the real reasons why something this powerful is not in your hands today. Hi, this is Manisha Rawat, and you're watching Attorney Speaks podcast, where I decode technology, law, innovation, and what it actually means for the future. Let's start with the most important question. What exactly is Sora? Sora is a text to video AI model developed by OpenAI, but don't just confuse it with simple AI tools. Sora is about generating short clips? No. Sora is capable of generating the full, continuous, high resolution video scenes from a simple text prompt. And when I say high quality, I mean videos with realistic human motion, accurate physics, camera movements, depths, lighting, reflections, and even multi-character interactions. So this is something which is, not being done by most of the existing tools. For example, you can ask Sora to generate a woman walking through a snowy forest, camera falling through, wind blowing through the trees, footprints forming naturally in the snow, and Sora does it all. It generates the complete sequence where everything behaves realistically over the time. And this is the real breakthrough. Now let's understand why this matters so much. Before Sora, AI could generate text. You all know AI could generate images, but video generation was fragmented, okay? Tools like Runway, Pika, or others could generate short clips, but they struggled with the consistency, long sequences, real world physics, and most importantly, coherence across the time. Sora solved a big part of that problem. It introduced what we call as temporal consistency, meaning the video doesn't fall apart after a few seconds. Objects remain stable, scenes evolve naturally, and this is why Sora was just not another AI tool. It was a paradigm shift. The moment Sora was demonstrated, three industries, reacted immediately. Filmmaking, advertising, and content creation. You don't need a production team. It creates high quality visuals. You don't need expensive shoots. You don't need locations. And all you need is the ability to think clearly, describe what you want. And that is something like a power. And that's also disruption. But with that level of power comes a serious problem because Sora does not just create videos, it created believable videos. And that changed everything. Think about this. So if a video looks real, it moves real, it feels real, and you don't have any way to prove it's fake, this is where the concern started. Deepfakes were already a big problem, but Sora take it to another level. Because now you don't just need, a source footage, you can generate reality from scratch, which means fake news can become visual, fake evidences can be created, and trust in digital content can collapse. Now we come to the most important part. Why did Sora not become publicly accessible? And why did it suddenly slow down or completely disappear from the general usage? There's no single official reason, but based on industry analysis, there are strong logical explanations. The first one is safety and the misuse risk. This is not just a small tool. This is a tool that can influence perception at the scale. Releasing it openly without strong safeguards would be extremely risky. And the second one is regulatory pressure. Government are already struggling with the tools like AI, ChatGPT regulation. Now imagine a tool that can create unbelievable video content. And there are legal implications, evidence issues, and national security concerns. The third one is ethical boundaries. Technology always moves faster than ethics, and companies like OpenAI have to balance innovation with responsibility. The fourth one is, and trust me, this is very important. This is strategic control. Sometimes companies restrict access not because the product is incomplete, but because its impact is too large to release without structure. So here's the real insight. Sora did not slow down because it failed. It slowed down because it crossed a certain threshold and the world was not ready for it. Now let's talk about something practical. If Sora is not accessible, what are the alternatives? Now right now the closest tools available are Runway, there is Gen 2, Pika Labs, and tools like Kyber. And these tools can generate video from text to images, but still are limited in key areas. Short duration clips, lack of consistency, weaker scene continuity. So yes, they're usable, but they're not like Sora, okay? Which means the gaps still exist. And whoever bridges that gap completely will define the next era of content creation, isn't it? Let's look forward what happens after Sora, because Sora is not the end, it's just the beginning. We're moving towards a world where entire films can be generated using AI, advertisements can be personalized in real time, and content creation becomes more exciting. Verification, digital content has never been so important before. But why is Sora not available? The real question is, are we prepared for the Sora? That's not the real question. The real question is, are we prepared for a world where reality itself can be generated? Because when that happens, the advantage will not belong to those who have resources, but it will belong to those who understand the technology early. And if you found this video valuable, make sure you like, share, subscribe to Attorney Speaks podcast. And also, if you want to understand technology, innovation, IP strategy in depth, you can visit my courses at courses.patbrigade.com. And if you want a one-on-one consultation, you can book it through my Calendly link in the description. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.